10 o'clock, they bought a house from two people from another country. Then the buyers got a letter from the IRS fining them because a fee wasn't paid by the seller's attorney.
Weird? Perhaps. The story in tonight's Help Me Howard with Patrick Fraser.
Brian and Ingrid stepped inside, and in their minds, the deal was done.
This is the perfect house. This is the perfect house for my son.
She fell in love with it, and we made a full price offer that day, and that's how we ended up with this house.
The house was owned by two Russians who had built it well, including painting a mural of a street they loved in Paris.
That's beautiful, it's art.
The house is still nice, but buying it has become a big headache.
I received my first notice from the IRS that there was an issue with taxation, and I'm like, what the heck is this?
Brian was told when foreign nationals like the Russians sell their property in the U.S., they have to fill out this form and pay 10% of the sale price to the IRS, in this case, $79,000.
The issue is you only have like 45 days to file this form. The problem is he didn't make that payment to the IRS until January of 2021.
9 months later.
Exactly, that's the issue.
The sale took place as COVID hit. The Russians had hired an attorney to handle the money transfer.
He just sat on it. Maybe it was ignorance, maybe it was COVID. Not really my issue.
The attorney told Brian he closed his office when COVID hit, and he reopened 9 months later. He then sent the IRS the $79,000.
And this is the crazy part of this whole story.
Crazy because the IRS frowns on late payments and issued a fine. To believe it or not, Brian and Ingrid.
The bill currently, as of September 30th, I believe is $30,000, a little over.
Brian couldn't understand why the U.S. government would fine him when it was the Russians or their attorney who was late with the $79,000 payment. An IRS agent explained it.
She said, you're the only one with an asset we can attach. And I'm like, well, that's good for you, I guess, but it doesn't seem quite fair to me.
For nearly 4 years, Brian has tried to explain to the IRS it was not his fault. And the attorney who was late paying wrote the IRS blaming COVID for not paying on time.
I get it that he made a mistake, and he's admitted in multiple letters that, hey, it was a screw up.
But the IRS has their rules, and the latest letter to Brian makes it clear what they plan to do if he doesn't pay the $30,000 fine.
Final balance due reminder, notice of intent to seize, levy your property or rights to property.
When I met Brian, he seemed so calm about what he's facing. He's not.
Oh, I'm super mad. I'm super mad, but there's just nothing I can do.
Well, Howard, it doesn't seem right. But is Brian responsible for this $30,000 bill?
Legally, the attorney who was hired to pay the IRS is responsible for the fine. But Congress has created a lazy way to get the money by going after the buyer of the house and then forcing Brian to sue the lawyer to get his money back. Legally, the IRS can do this to Brian, but it is not the right thing to do.
I called the attorney. I emailed him to find out if he didn't have the money, didn't have insurance, or just didn't want to pay. He didn't respond to me, but he did call Brian.
And actually came to me and said he found a way to get the money, and he paid the tax bill and took care of it.
The $30,176.85 fine from the IRS is taken care of. Brian couldn't be happier after his call to those people from Help Me Howard.
I told him that you were involved. The attorney was much more willing to talk about the issue. It wouldn't have gotten done if you hadn't gotten involved.
A $30,000 headache gone. Glad to help you, Brian, because you don't mess with the IRS. And as Brian pointed out, a lot of buyers and sellers in South Florida are from another country. If you buy from a foreign person, make sure the IRS gets their cut so you don't go through what Brian went through. Got a problem that's foreign to you? Not fine with it? Don't let it tax you. Let us sell you on buying an easy solution. This helped me, Howard and Patrick Fraser, 7 News.